Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 105. On today's episode, we're going to be giving you our post-match reaction to the Barcelona versus Girona game. Now, guys, I know I'm coming into this episode with like high energy. I'm in a good mood. But after watching Barcelona's performance, one would not be in a good mood after watching that game. I desperately need those 2 hours of my life back. Those 2 hours were atrociously, horrendously, disgustingly bad from Barcelona. I thought that was a super sluggish, a super pedestrian half from Barcelona. Yes, we had some chances, but Barcelona just they weren't at the races. We'll dive more into it. But guys, remember, I post a link on Twitter at Cooley Podcast 10. All you have to do is just click on the link, and then you'll be able to join into the recording. And then like if you guys want to give your thoughts, your post match reactions, always feel free and welcome to. And as always, my boy Alex. What's up, Alex?
Hey guys, what's up? Well, like you said, Elias, you summed it up pretty well. That was a complete waste of time. I could have done many other things, but
Yep. Mm-hmm.
it's the club we love, and we must suffer through with them.
We must suffer through the good times and through the bad.
Exactly.
It's just like that. Mm-hmm.
But no, but what you said it, excuse me, what you said is true. There's definitely like when you look back at the performance today, it was very slow. There was like no like it almost felt like they didn't care about like winning. Like they were just okay with the tie, which honestly, you should never settle for anything other than a win. But especially when you're playing against a mid-table team and you're playing home, like you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a no-brainer for me. But it clearly wasn't for the team. Now, you look you look at today's result. It's not the worst thing ever either because
Yeah.
we still managed to get a point. It's 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Instead of 12 now.
Um, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and instead of 12, it's 13 now because
Exactly
Real
right.
Madrid
So
dropped points against Villarreal in the weekend.
right. So it's not the base. Is that the best case scenario? But it's also not the worst. It's somewhere there in the middle. Now, what does this mean now? So our next game is against Getafe, and I believe the one after that is against Atletico Madrid.
So look, yeah, exactly. So looking at Barcelona's schedule right now, as you can see right here, Getafe is on Sunday for Barcelona. We're going to be away from home, and then Atletico Madrid come to the Camp Nou, and they basically have to play us. Now that is going to be an interesting tie, just because like hopefully for this game we have, for example, Christensen and Frankie de Jong back for this game. Pedri and Ousmane Dembele, they're most likely not going to be back for this game. Xavi in his post match, no, in the conference before the match, he was actually saying like, "Yo, the sensations for Pedri and Dembele, they're not ideal." So like, and that situation is actually worrying me because like, hey, Dembele was supposed to be back for the second leg against Manchester United. He was only supposed to be out for like a month, maybe a month and a half at max. Now he's out for 3, and it's looking to be maybe like 3.5 and 4. Pedri, the exact same thing. Like he got injured in the first leg of Manchester United. We haven't seen him since, and that was over like a month and a half ago. So Barcelona's medical staff, they're going to need to be looked at because we can't be having our key players being injured on and off again. But looking at the schedule, we have a week's rest. This draw isn't the end of the world. Yes, we wanted to win, but 13 points is 13 points. It's better than 12. But we didn't take advantage of that loss against Real Madrid. No, against that loss that Real Madrid suffered. And I think the problems in this game refer a little bit more than what just happened on like today. My sensation from this game is that Barcelona just can't score. Like our creativity up top is just it's lacking. Like when you look at that midfield, I don't think it provides enough dynamism. It doesn't. It's way too stagnant. Up top, our players are not informed. They're in slumps, both of them. And when you have your key players, your key offensive players injured, it just makes everything so much difficult. But Alex, what are your thoughts of that? Like, what do you think Barcelona's main problem was today?
Yeah. So again, we got to look at the injuries that we have and the players we have missing, and that midfield missing Pedri and the young. It's such big misses, two huge holes in the midfield because Pedri brings the creativity, he brings the final pass, the through ball that gets you the goal. and he's also a player that can help control the game very well. He sets the pace of the game basically. And then you have Frankie De Jong, who's a workhorse.
Yeah.
This guy's all over the pitch, getting the balls back, carrying the ball excellently. He's very good at that, and he's as well a player that can create. And we've seen it before with great balls that he's given to Rafinha, to Lewandowski, and it's the glue of the midfield, right? Those two bring it all together, and again, they're very important players for us. And of course, we saw today that especially Lewandowski, he's been going through a bit of a slump, like you said. He
Yeah.
had a couple balls that got to him, and he couldn't take advantage.
Oh, this there's one chance. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. But there's this one chance where he gets the ball, and all he has to do is just shoot the ball, and it's in. And what he does instead is he tries to dribble. He doesn't take the shot, and the defenders come right on him completely, and the chance is completely wasted.
Yeah,
In that situation, if Lewandowski takes the shot from that position, we score, and we're up 1-0. Um, and that was such
exactly.
frustrating. It was so frustrating.
Yeah, no, and of course, when you have players in the midfield that can have an impact, like I thought Kessie didn't have a bad game. I thought he, like, again, you can't expect from him the same you would expect from someone like Pedri or De Jong, but still, he's a solid midfield player, someone that can get the job done, and he wasn't terrible today. For instance, Busquets again wasn't terrible. I don't think a specific player was horrendous today, but I just thought that everyone was mediocre. One thing that I would like to point out is that I
Precisely
thought we
that.
attacked. I think we attacked well from the wings today. Like we
Mhm.
created good chances, which is something that interested me because it's not really our style of play. Like we're not like a cross heavy team either. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but Barca's more of a like short passes into the box, get the player open. But like, I saw an interesting display when he came on Jordi Alba. I saw some good passes that he got and some nice little
Wait,
plays.
just the thing is, I don't understand. Okay, why would you sub on 2 left backs? Like, what like,
Yeah,
okay,
I didn't agree with that at all. But
because for example, like,
yeah,
look at this. On the bench that we had some very exciting, Barcelona, youngsters, and they were actually wingers. They were actual, like, offensive. The one thing I would like to see is, like, hey, if you're gonna example, like, for example, like right here, you have actual attacking threat. If why would you grab these youngsters and bring them onto the bench if you're not going to be using them? And especially in a barren midfield, for example, this could be the perfect opportunity for Pablo Torre, for example. You put on Pablo Torre, who I believe is a player very similar to Pedri. He Every single time we've seen him, he's gotten good signs. Um, or go for like some natural wingers, like I just this is one of the things from Xavi I don't understand. Like, hey, you have options. Like, yes, you're gonna have to take a risk, but go for it because we know what Jordi Alba does. We know what Ferran Torres does. We know what Rafinha does. Um, th- these players are dropping mediocre performances, and they get away with it. It's just one of the things I don't understand.
yeah. No, and not just that. It's also like it's what you say. It's a lack of ingenuity. It's a lack. It's being very passive, just trying the same things over and over. And yeah, I thought it was a bit questionable to have Jordi Alba, as essentially another left back. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they did it so he didn't have to defend. They had him as like kind of like a left winger, just crossing the ball every chance he could. But even then, I don't think he played terribly. I thought he had a couple good chances. But yeah, today was just too stagnant, not enough creativity. And again, yes, the team played bad, but we also got to remember the big absences we have. And I don't think we we did terribly defensively today. I don't think there were like any like chances that.
Oh, there was this one chance from Girona. It was from their
Oh yeah,
striker.
yeah.
It was from Castellanos.
Hmm.
It was a 1v1. Any other striker, and I'm being serious. Any other striker puts that ball
Hmm.
into the back of the net, and we're losing at home against Girona.
Yeah,
Barcelona got extremely lucky with that one. And in that situation, you see how Castellanos just completely outpaces and maneuvers Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia, where are you? Yeah, he's your man.
yeah,
What are you doing losing the mark? Um, and luckily he missed that chance and we didn't go down because if they scored from that, Barcelona would have been in for a tough game, because I don't know if they would have been
Come
able
back.
to to come back from that situation.
Yeah, yeah, I completely forgot, but yeah, no, it's it's definitely a threat to have Eric Garcia as a center back. I wouldn't mind
Hmm.
experimenting though, like how you said on the previous episode, and maybe trying him in the midfield, like we saw a couple games ago. But again, I really want to see Barca finish the season, and I really want to see the team just win the league already. I think
Yeah.
the team is also tired mentally. Like it's been a long season. There's been a lot of ups and downs,
Hmm.
and I just think the team wants to rest, and but they gotta see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? It's the
Hmm.
final stretch. So
Yeah.
again, I thought we went with a decent lineup today. Excluding Eric Garcia, I think we got a spot on. Well, minus Lewandowski because I think we did say to like rotate Lewandowski.
Yeah, Lewandowski did play for this game. That was a certain time. I I'm completely fine with Lewandowski playing. The overall lineup, I think that's the best that Xavi could have done. I was surprised to see Eric Garcia starting over Marcos Alonso, but props to that. Maybe Eric Garcia starting in that role just because like he's better with on his feet. He's able if Girona if they're going to play like defensively, it's better to have someone who's able to give good passes. But we saw that the Girona they went at us. They make it easy. Um, they put on a lot of pressure on Barcelona. Just I think our main problem so far, and I think that this has been throughout the key throughout the whole entire season, is our lack of goals. We can't score goals, and this is exactly why we place so much emphasis on my defense. Other than Lewandowski, who is like who is going to score the goals? Rafinha, yes, he has scored clutch goals here and there, but he's not a regular goal scorer. Ferran Torres and
Right.
Ansu Fati, they've been in complete slumps. They're nowhere near their best.
And I think this is where you're getting at, and this is where we see the huge absence of Dembele because
Yeah.
um going back to that pre Dembele injury, that
Hmm.
period where um before we play United,
Yeah.
man, that the team was so strong.
Yeah.
Um,
It,
the,
it, it's reflected in that Super Copa win against Madrid. You saw how we
yeah,
completely dominated
sheer
Real Madrid.
domination,
Yeah, we dominated Real
sheer
Madrid in that
domination. Yeah,
3-1 victory. Um, and
yeah,
so
and it's a tough situation because I know if we had the whole team, we would have probably won against Madrid.
mhm,
Um, the last game, and not just that, I think it's been a very unlucky season with injuries, and it's been reflected with the
yeah,
results and the players that we've taken to different important matches. But listen, I just want the season to be over, so that we can make transfers, change up the squad. I honestly think it's I know we renovated his contract, but I think it's time to let go. So here, Roberto, thank you for all that you've done. Bye bye. Likewise to Busquets, Eric Garcia. Um, it's just players you gotta let go of, unless you want to experiment with Eric Garcia. But we do see that we need to um, refresh the squad a bit, although it's a relatively new squad. But again, the reason I don't stress so much about the performance is because I know how different this team is when everything is clicking and when we have all the right pieces.
yeah,
So yes, not the result we wanted, but we got the point. 13 points clear. Big game against Getafe and likewise against Atletico Madrid, but we are nearing the final point of the season.
yeah. Only 10 games
So
left.
only 10 games left. We just gotta get. I think honestly, getting out of the 10, 6 wins would be fine
Yeah, this
because
is this is 6 wins would basically just like
it would be
see,
18 points,
yeah,
right?
hmm
So
yeah. And then
we'll
the good
see.
thing is that we're playing well half of the games at home. You're playing one, yeah, half of the games are at home. So Barcelona have a good chance to. Well, actually, yeah, they're playing half of the games at home. Um, just question Ansu Fati's performance. Well, what do you think? Because once again, it's another Ansu Fati performance where he leaves he leaves stuff to be desired. This Ansu Fati performance, like many others, is just a performance where yes, he's had maybe some good touches, some good passes, but he's not involved in the game. His final product is not there. He's not offering enough. He's not having enough attacking threat onto this team to be warranting a start in that left wing. Just what do you think of Ansu Fati's performance tonight?
Yeah, you summed it up. It was very very mediocre. And you know, like, it leaves a bad image on everyone because, again, I'm not saying those were his thoughts, or maybe they were, but going back to his dad's comment a couple of weeks ago, it's disgraceful. We both, I think the whole fan base knows that Ansu Fati has, in the last couple of years, in the last couple of seasons, he's been struggling with both injuries, and he just hasn't found his form.
Yeah,
And again, that's attributed to a lot of factors, but until he can prove us wrong, I think the best thing for Ansu Fati is to get a loan.
yeah,
Go get loaned to the Prem, to the Bundesliga, wherever it is. Get loaned somewhere where you're gonna be playing for a decent team and you're gonna be getting minutes.
yeah. That's the most important thing for Ansu Fati to be getting minutes regularly.
Because at this rate next season, I can see already right wing Dembele, left wing God knows who, and then striker Lewandowski. So, but I don't think Ansu Fati will have a place in the starting 11 next season. Much less do I think he's gonna have an important role in the team.
And this is all like taken in mind in that Messi isn't coming, because if Messi comes, that significantly
Exactly,
lowers it
because
lowers
if
it.
If Messi comes, he's gonna take the right wing, and then Bella's gonna have to play on the left.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be that, and so Ansu Fati's, and then you have taken Ferran Torres and Rafinha.
Right.
Um,
So again, I think the summer is the perfect time to evaluate
mhm,
a lot of
yeah,
players,
hmm
because I understand, I mean, and it's okay if three out of those four players stay, right? If out of Ansu Fati, Dembele, Rafinha,
yeah,
Ferran Torres, if three stay but one leaves, that's fine because you're still keeping the squad depth. But consider it this way: Do you want players that do basically the same thing? Do you want too much of one type of player, or do you want to diversify? And I think that's where letting go of someone like Rafinha will come in,
yeah,
right? Like, I like him. Oh no, maybe not Rafinha. Maybe someone like Ansu Fati, because he's not providing assists, he's not scoring goals. So what is he doing? I think he's taking up more space than anything. But again, it's sad saying it because I love him as a
yeah,
player. I'm a huge fan,
yeah.
and I've been wanting for him to prove him wrong. But a change of scenery might be good for him. And again, I just want to see him back to what we were accustomed to at the beginning of his career.
Definitely, definitely. But all right. But before we round off the episode, Alex, match rating and a man of the match.
I,
It's
yeah,
you know,
not that I
it,
think anyone deserves it.
yeah.
I think match rating, I give the match a 6.5,
Okay.
just because like we didn't lose. And my man of the match will probably be Ter Stegen.
Ter Stegen. Okay.
I don't know. I
Okay.
wanna give it to the person who caused the least harm.
Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. I'm actually going for something similar. I'm actually going to give us a 6. A draw. A boring performance. I was basically asleep for those 2 hours. Um, and I wanted to turn off the TV for like the last 30. But my man of the match, I was actually going to give it to Busquets. I thought Busquets had a decent game. These are the games where he's able to have some control. Where you're not covering huge amounts of space. You don't have extremely
Exactly.
fast wingers. Makes it a little bit easier for him to handle it. And I thought he played a decent game. Whether he's going to be staying for next season, we're going to have to see. Um, but we'll definitely make a video talking about the summer transfer window and what Barcelona plans are. We'll definitely bring you like all the transfer updates and everything like that. Tune in for that episode. But as always, guys, that was it for tonight's episode. It wasn't the result that we wanted, but we move on. And as always, I post a link on Twitter at Kool-Aid Podcast 10. If any of you guys want to join and give your thoughts and comments, always feel free and welcome to. And remember, like, subscribe, and comment. It helps us out a ton. And as always, we'll see you guys all on the next episode. Peace out, guys.